say, kids, what time is it?
Hey folks, Keith here with another quick video. I was just trolling around the Trek movie website again, looking for some classic Star Trek anything to glom onto. And I came across two articles that kind of dovetail into one another, and the sprockets in my brain started spinning around. A couple of them seized up, and don't mind the smoke. But I'll give you my thoughts in a second. Before I do, I just want to say two things. One, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please take a moment to do so. It helps the channel grow. And at the end of the video, if you make it that far, please like or comment or thumbs down. Whatever you choose to do is fine by us. And on that note, today is July the 27th. We hit 1,000 subs today. I thank each and every one of you who subscribed to help us get over that first 1,000 is so hard to get to, and hopefully it'll trend up from there. But thank you, because it's been about a year and a half, maybe a little more than a year and a half of struggling to get there, but we made it because of you people. Thank you. And also thank you to the people who haven't subscribed but have been watching the content, because our required view hours are 4,000 to qualify for the YouTube partnership program, and we are around 6,000. And up until recently, it was something like 97% of our viewing audience were non-subscribers. So you need the hours to go with the subs. So everybody did their part, and we really thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, on to the thing that grinded my brain to a halt. I didn't really read this that much, because for those of you who don't know, I abhor everything Star Trek from the year 2009 forward. It's not Star Trek. It's fake Star Trek. Star Trek has been stewarded by people like J.J. Abrams and Alex Kurtzman here, who don't know Star Trek. And it's fine if you don't. I mean, if you think back to 1982... Nick Meyer and Harv Bennett didn't know anything about Star Trek either when they were given the task of producing a sequel to Star Trek the Motion Picture, which became the most popular Star Trek movie to date. But what they did was they sat down and they watched all 79 episodes of the original run, and they crafted a sequel to an episode because they understood the lore. And Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, felt like it could have been split into two-part episode of the original series. It felt very, very much like the TV show. They nailed the characters. They nailed the emotion. They got the whole idea, the idea of exploration, the idea of pushing the human race forward. The people in charge of Star Trek right now want to turn it into something else. They want to make it their version of Star Trek. And everybody who stewards Star Trek, like, Rick Berman took it over in the 90s, and he put his own stamp on things too. Then you had people like Stephen Ira Bear and Ronald D. Moore and Renee Echeverria. Those writers and producers all brought something new to the table, but they all also understood Star Trek at its core. They didn't try to turn it into something that it's not. So, off the soapbox. So this article caught my eye, and I was, I kind of, whatever. This was announced at San Diego Comic-Con last week, so it's already old news. But I thought of it this way. More bad Star Trek is a good thing, and here's why. So Alex Kurtzman reconfirms 2 new Star Trek series are in development. He's already got 5 out there. So to me, in the 90s, especially as we got into the late 90s, there was Star Trek fatigue creeping in. You had Star Trek The Next Generation. Toward the end of its run, Deep Space Nine came on television. Then the Next Generation crew went into films to replace the original crew. Then you had Star Trek Voyager, So you had Voyager and Deep Space Nine running simultaneously after Next Gen and Deep Space Nine were running simultaneously. And then hot on the heels of Voyager comes Enterprise, the prequel show. And by the time Enterprise hit the air, people they were burned out of all the Rick Berman Star Trek. There were 600 some odd episodes of all those series. And there was Star Trek fatigue. And Star Trek went away for a while. It took a long vacation. Sadly, it came back in the wrong hands. So I looked at this article, and without even reading it, said, this is a good idea. Please, Alex Kurtzman, make 20 Star Trek shows, because then people will just hate Star Trek, get sick of Star Trek, and it will have to take another vacation. And after it takes another vacation, maybe it'll land in the hands of the right person. You know, why isn't someone like Ronald D. Moore stewarding this? Why isn't someone like Stephen I. Robert stewarding this? Why isn't someone like Robert Meyer Burnett or Mark A. Altman stewarding this? So that said, there's a little companion article here. Jonathan Frakes wants to be in on the birth of one of these next Star Trek series. And, you know, they have a little interview thing here, and they have a little anecdote about that outfit there from the season 1 episode, which I forgot the name of, but yeah, season 1 was very forgettable of The Next Generation. But then this one stuck out. As for Star Trek being woke, you know, because they've heard, we're all complaining a bit about the horrible wokeness and groupthink of the new Star Trek. And he answers with this. People perceive that Star Trek is too woke because it's dealing with what's really going on in the world in a very timely and conscious and appropriate way. It seems absurd. Well, it may seem absurd, but it's sad to me that Jonathan Frakes, who has directed Star Trek, who has directed The Orville, who has directed a lot of sci-fi, and is very close to Star Trek. You know, there's not many Star Trek actors who are actually invested in the lore of Star Trek. They see Star Trek at the surface level, where guys like Jonathan Frakes and Leonard Nimoy dug deeper, went below the hood a little bit, especially if you're going to produce and direct it. It's really sad that he can watch what's airing now against what he was part of and see no difference at all. I think he does. I think he's full of crap. I think he just wants a job. The man's in his 60s. I think he just wants a job. So anyway, I thought that was kind of funny, you know. I've heard nothing but good things about Jonathan Frakes. I've never met the man, but I have nothing against him. But, you know, it's all these Star Trek actors. They say some of the dumbest shit, I'll tell you. Anyway, just thought I'd drop that line that, you know, as Captain Kirk said in The Trouble with Tribbles, too much of anything, even love, is not a good thing. So bring on more. Give us too much Star Trek. Please, Secret Hideout. Too much Star Trek. So it'll go the fuck away. And we'll get somebody good in there next time. That's it for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Love to know what you think about this. And we will see you on the next video. And again, thank you to everyone for the milestone of 1,000 subs. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up below. Also, please subscribe to GeekTime TV. It really helps us grow the channel. And make sure you hit that bell icon in order to receive notifications every time we drop new content here. You can also check us out on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at GeekTimeNet. Thanks again for watching. We will see you soon.
Say, kids, what time is that?